Joy 94.9.
Can we talk about your baby? Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
You're back in 10 seconds.
Andy and Adrian, Tuesday morning, Meraki. It is 8:44 on the Joy Clock. We have a very funny and energetic
We do.
Carolyn Ray live in the studio with us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you all?
You were dancing to Britney Spears there.
I was dancing. What's the line?
Hold it
If I hold it against me, or if you hold it against me.
If
I told you I felt, if I
It's
thought
going
you were,
very well so far. We all know
Yeah.
it.
if I told you that you had a hot body, would you hold it against me?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
There you
If
go.
anyone said the word hot body to me, I would pretty much do their laundry. What else do you want me to do with the windows? Okay. Say it again. I have a hot body. Okay. Here we go.
Now you might know Carolyn Ray from my God, it comes up all the time. Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Are you an Aquarius? I love you.
No, I don't. Libran.
Oh, see, air. Same difference.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't really know what all those things mean.
Yeah.
You're like the guy who I said, "What sign are you?" And he said, "I have no idea." I said, "Sir, how old are you?"
Yeah.
I said, 58. I go, "No one's ever mentioned what sign you are." And he goes, "I think I'm a Pisces." I'm like, "A Pisces? I don't think." Yeah. Did you read that in a horoscopy book? Yeah. Or an astrology look. I'm like, I'm an Aries.
Well, and welcome. You're doing your show here as part of the comedy festival. You've been doing you like Melbourne?
I love Melbourne.
Yeah.
However you say.
Melbourne.
Well, yeah,
Depends if you're Oprah or not.
Melbourne, yeah.
Melbourne.
Melbourne, drop the R.
Oh, that's
Melbourne.
what she does?
Yeah.
Okay. Melbourne. Yeah, no, I absolutely love it here. I swear, I would stay here, honestly, just to avoid the flight back alone. But pretty much anywhere we would have landed would have been nice. This is nice. We're in Russia. Let's stay here. The flight. It's funny that you guys say how you going and how are you doing, right?
Yeah.
You say how you going, and I was not familiar. So when I got on the plane and they said how you going, and I was like, by plane. How are you going? Because you seem to be the pilot. I'd like us all to be going the same way.
Now, you had a bit of a rant before about Melbourne, and it's playing havoc with your hair.
It is. No, I'm Susan Boyle the minute I hit air. The minute I hit the water. But there will not be a big shampoo called Melbourne anytime soon.
No, and it is wet today.
It is.
Wet and raining. And
my daughter is a Libra.
Oh, is she?
You said you're a Libra.
What's your daughter, Ava?
Yes.
Oh, she's just... I love you talking about her. I heard you on TV talking about her. Ava, she's like a Russian...
She's got the personality of a Russian gymnastics
Oh.
coach. No matter what I do, she's
Yeah.
like this. Again! 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 Another time! Again!
Oh, she sounds so cute.
She's
Adorable.
She's so cute and so adorable.
Is she your
Bossy
first?
like her mother.
Is she your first...
Yes, she is my first.
I'm an expected mother as well, father.
I know, it's so exciting.
Any advice you might, have?
Well, first of all, you're very young, because when my daughter was first born, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, but her head is too big. And my mother said, darling, take off your reading glasses. And that made all the difference in the world. I'm not kidding, because I wear them all the time. And, well, you don't have to breastfeed, so you dodge that bullet. And,
Yeah, you don't have to breastfeed, and it's
No.
just easy, although I do have multiple sterilising devices and
oh,
bottles
no,
all over
the time. Yeah, you do that for
Everywhere.
the first 2 weeks, and then you're like, what if I lick it? What if I just lick it? No. Yeah, you're like, you know what, it was only on the ground for like 2 seconds. Yeah.
Does that count? Yeah,
That
the 2
goes
second
away
rule.
really quickly. You have to have one of those, look, you're going to like this too. As soon as your babies come, your memory gone, someone presses delete. What do you call it? The baby monitors.
Oh,
Baby
yeah.
monitors,
Did you have
yeah.
the camera? Did you have the camera?
Oh my God, we had one like from the Israeli army. We could see everything. It was like, why am I looking? It was like a telescope. It was like, why am I looking at the surface of the moon? I'm like, no, that's my baby's face, because mine was so. But you don't really need one
People
because
so young.
I was in there every second. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
No, I was. Yeah, and I was afraid of the baby nurse.
What? The baby nurse?
What's a
Yeah.
baby nurse?
Well, see, you might want to get a baby nurse because I knew absolutely nothing.
What's a baby nurse?
I barely knew what's going on under here. You know what I mean?
You don't know how you got pregnant.
I know. That's exactly it. It's like, that was a miracle. One egg left in my 40s hiding behind my liver.
So it was like...
The baby nurse comes and helps you the first 2 weeks.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
So like a living helper that guides you through.
I've got my
first
mother and my
stages.
mother-in-law.
Oh, well, then you've got 2 baby nurses. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they, unlike the baby nurse, have the potential of never leaving.
Ah.
So you might want to just get a baby nurse. There you go. Okay, we're done here.
I would have thought that you had a whole lot of help and assistance when you went through this whole process, because I read somewhere that your dad is a gynecologist.
You know what? Here's my, here's the whole story. My father is an obstetrician gynecologist, and he was also a very big Star Wars fan, so he liked it if you called him OBGYNOBI. All right. My father was also had the best sense of humor away, but before he passed away, I took him to this show called Best in Drag Show, and it is in Los Angeles. It's man dressed. It's the most beautiful women you've ever seen, right? And I was explaining it to him as if my father at 77 didn't know what drag was. But anyway, let me go over the concept again, Daddy. Beautiful men dressed as women. It's very beautiful. And when we got there, and I was one of the judges, and so it's a huge charity event. And Jennifer Coolidge came up the stairs to do, like, she went on stage and, Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes.
Jennifer Coolidge
American Pie.
Stifler's mom.
Oh, Stifler's mom. Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she's beautiful, but she's very tall.
Yes.
Anyway, so she got on stage, and my father said, "Oh, he should win." Isn't that funny thinking? So my dad had passed away, and then a month later, we got pregnant.
Wow.
I know, and it was, and we had been watching this football game, and the New York Giants won in the last 15 seconds, so I've always had this obsession with the quarterback of that team, because I, too, know what it feels like to score with only seconds left on the clock. And he, 2.5 years later, just had a baby, he and his wife, and they named it Ava.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird. That's a bit spooky. That's like a witch has cast a spell on you.
Well, or I might have, could have been me, my sister, or Melissa, any one of them.
Yeah.
But I had to have an emergency C-section because I was very high risk for having a Scorpio. And
I got it out early. Now, everyone who comes to Australia tends to go straight to the koalas. Have you done that? Have you visited koalas?
I went straight to the koalas.
You did, of course, just like Oprah.
I did.
What's
oh my
your
God,
thoughts
she and
on
I
our
are so similar in so many ways.
Bears?
First of all, I had a stuffed koala bear when I was a kid that my uncle brought me, and I was obsessed with it, and I loved it. So that was kind of a big deal for me to actually see a koala bear.
Wow.
But unlike the koala bear that I had when I was standing just inches away from the real koala bear, I noticed that it has the hands of a dragon. And I had not seen that on my stuffed animal. And then I remembered its name did end in the word bear.
Yes.
Although it is closer to a kangaroo, which I've had explained to me. And then I got like a little panic, like, maybe he's going to leave his coma-induced eucalyptus high and turn around and scratch me.
He might do that. He
Right.
might scratch your face and then wee on your head with his eucalyptus.
The wee on the head I could get over, but the scratch on the face would be, no one would believe me. Where's the scar from? A koala attack. No one. No, they would just think I'd had bad plastic surgery gone awry, and then the surgeon left like his little 3-star.
You have to be careful when you walk under trees in Australia because they do koala drops and they'll land on your head.
Drop bears.
Drop bears.
They call them
Drop
bears.
bears.
Yeah, they jump. They drop on your shoulders.
They drop, and they drop on your head.
And hoop snakes.
Well, hoop snake. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and brown
Yeah.
snakes.
No,
And brown
hoop
snakes.
snakes are the ones that
You don't even have to name the snakes. If a snake falls on me, I don't care if it's a hoop or a brown. I'm having the same heart attack.
But the
You know what I mean?
hoop
Like,
ones are
oh no, wait, it's only a hoop snake.
The hoop ones are the worst ones because they bite their tail and they go into a hoop and they roll down a hill and chase after you.
Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
Oh, then
We are in Australia.
then
Where are
the
they?
goannas might climb up your leg and then...
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
and then
if
a
a
kookaburra is
yeah.
going to fly out of my pants. No, I do not believe any of these now.
We're going to play a track and come back. We're here with Carolyn Ray. We didn't know what song to play, so any chance
Sweet
for us...
Caroline?
well,
No.
We don't have that.
We
No.
want to do something, in homage to Sabrina the Teenage Witch. We've got. Have you heard of a band called Bewitched?
No.
Irish band.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're terrible from the 90s. Any chance we can play them, we take it. So here is Bewitched, Say Love Me.
This is not in the playlist. I can assure you of
We
that.
don't have Sweet Caroline. Is that a... What is
It's
that?
just being vain. It's,
Who?
you are such a Libra. I love it. You're just distracted by shiny objects and sparkly things.
Yes!
You can't focus at all. I love you.
You have diagnosed him. Thank God.
You're a joy. Easier.
And in Adrian, it is Tuesday morning brekkie, 8:57 on the Joy Clock. We've got the hilarious
It is mayhem.
Helen Ray.
Helen, you are mayhem. On, off, it is go, go, go. And you're obsessed with everyone's star signs.
I am. I'm obsessed with them all.
Love it.
I love Aquarians because they never finish a sentence, so they're really good people to fight with. You'll be like, you are incredibly self. You are, whoa, what was that? Like, there's just no continuity. I love it all.
Now, you got a show going at the Spiegel tent.
At the Spiegel tent, and I do the whole thing in the accent. It's a brave choice, but I do it. Hello, everybody, and how are you? Now, you know what? I played a character, and her name was Ilse Schickelgruber Michael Van Helsing, der Kepper Lugerhofer Martinez. So that accent does come out. You guys never saw Sordid Lives?
No,
Did you
what?
ever see it?
No.
Sordid Lives is a series I did with it's gonna be a big name drop now, everybody.
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, what?
Really?
ONJ.
Oh, our very own.
ONJ. I could have done that, but that's so texting.
Yeah.
And and I've never been more nervous to meet anyone because she was sitting next to me in the makeup chair, and I'm like, the whole time I'm doing like, I'm an adult, she's an adult, we're both the same people, She's literally like, hey, you. I'm like, hopelessly devoted to you. Let's get physical. Everything. It was like karaoke going through my head. She's so divine. She is divine.
And your show, I read somewhere, is unlike the characters that you play on TV, not quite so G-rated.
Well, it's not G-rated. I mean, it's just because, Sabrina was so children-oriented, which
Right.
I loved, but I was a comedian way before I was into Hilda.
Yes.
So it's not that I am so not dirty. I just don't want to explain anything to your children that you haven't explained to them. Like there was a man with a 12-year-old the other day. I said, sir, I asked the child, I go, do you know what boundaries are? And he said, yes. And I'm like, your father doesn't. Maybe you could explain it to him. Why did he bring you to a comedy show? So now I'm going to do that. And it's not like, please, I'm not, as my mother says, I'm a saucy sailor on stage, but the minute I get off, I'm just a prissy little wasp.
Oh, wow.
Whatever.
Now, do you find you get a lot of material from your daughter Ava? I mean, you mentioned her earlier. Is she just a bundle of material for you? She's
so much more than that. I know so many comics. So many comics have babies just for that reason.
You run out of material.
No, she does. She's just incredibly funny. Like my boyfriend is a comedian too, and he was saying, she started to say, "That's funny." Like she gets it. She said. And then he said to her, yeah, but then she said to me, that's not funny. And I said to him, well, I haven't heard her say that. You got to work on your material, buddy, because she's only said that's funny to mummy.
So her parents are both comedians. Well,
Yeah.
Do you think she might go down that path?
Probably not, because off stage we're like angry accountants with each other. But on stage, yeah. No, you know what? She is really funny. She's very into kissing and hugging. She's very sweet. You're going to have the best. Okay, first of all, if you think life is fun now, and it is, it's like someone flips on the switches and it's like Technicolor. It is so much fun with babies. Wow. You get to do it, and I'm having by far the best, literally best midlife crisis, because all my friends are going through traumatic things, and I'm like, can I call you back? I'm just coloring. And then Peppa Pig is on, so let me call you back in like 2 hours.
Carol and Ray, I haven't had this much fun with a guest on the show since I can't remember when.
It's been a long time.
You
come to
are
the
hilarious.
Spiegel tent at 7.
Your show is at the Spiegel tent, which is at the Arts Centre. It's running through until the 17th, so basically it's last week.
It is. Last week, run. Don't walk in the rain, but be very careful.
Yeah.
Don't slip. I'm such a mom. Run, don't walk. Be very careful. I know. It's like these gorgeous men who are these soccer players. What? No, you're Australian rules football player?
Yeah.
That are all dressed.
AFL.
That are all dressed like women tennis players, which is a very good idea. But I'm getting so old. I'm like, they must be cold. Such a nerd.
Carol and Ray, thank you so much. The show
Thank
is
you.
at the Spiegel tent. Check it out at thecomedyfestival.com.au. All the best, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your stay.
Next time I see you, you'll be a dad.
We will be dad, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll send you photos.
Daddy times 2.
You're with Adrian and Adrian on Joy. We are done. Thank you to everyone who helped put the show together. Coming up next is Chris Jameson with the morning show. We will see you on next on Thursday. Until then, stay classy, Melbourne.
Thanks for stopping by.
For more, go to andyandadrian.com.